Hey, guys. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Meet the Shu podcast. This is our other little issue, little small little fraction of what we're doing. Our full episodes are usually on Wednesdays, but today we will talk about Gene Hackman.
Yeah. Hey Thursday, how you doing?
Thursday. Yes, it's so sad. He's 95 years old. His wife is like in her 60s, mid 60s. Um
She
he's
was a pianist, right?
Yes, she is. So what the kicker is, everyone's in wondering if it was it murder, suicide, just different conspiracy people. But we have found that in the autopsy that he must have died from natural causes from his pacemaker. So when
Yeah.
they looked at his went back to his pacemaker, it
hmm
it usually kind of gives you a shock of pulse and shock your heart if something happens.
Yeah.
Well, it must have went out and it had really faint pulse readings.
Yeah.
So from what I'm hearing, he probably fell to the ground and passed away on the floor in the mud room. his
Yeah.
wife his wife finally sees him. She runs to him, then she runs to the bathroom to go get
Mhm.
his pills which will kind of bring him back to life, bring his heart back pumping until he
Yeah.
goes to the ambulances come. But when she
Right.
goes to the bathroom, she grabs the pills, but I think they're allegedly saying she slipped and fell, and one of the a heater or something fell with her, and
hmm
she probably hit her head and
hmm
fell, and she passed away from the head injury.
Yeah.
It's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate.
And then the dog was in the kennel, right?
Yeah,
Because they were saying that they had it wrong. They said that the dog was in a closet, but he
right.
wasn't in a closet. He was in a kennel.
Okay. I think in the
And
kennel, in the closet, close to the closet, because the other two dogs were outside.
right, but it wasn't. But they wouldn't have put their dog.
No, not no. He probably it was like probably a closet for the dogs. It wasn't a closet per se. It's probably a
Okay.
little room where the dogs lay.
Yeah, because that's where everybody's confusing. Like, did somebody kill the dog? No.
He died of
There was
starvation.
yeah, he would have died anyway
Yeah,
because
it's
he
so
was
long.
in there too long and there was nobody that came to check on them.
Yes.
So our point of doing this podcast
Which
today is that you have to check on people.
you know
Even
what?
with him being the famous actor, it was
Yes.
only because a house person came.
To come work in the backyard.
Exactly.
The thing
So
is, our grown children don't check up on us really. And
no.
it's sad to say
Mm-mm.
you
Not
have
till you gone. They or until they need something.
until they
That's a
need something.
fact. That
And
is a
that's
fact.
sad. And it's sad that you don't call. And usually your kids, when you talk to your kids, you're asking them, where you going, how you doing, or whatever. You being nosy, y'all in my business. No, I'm not. I'm just trying to, strike up conversation number one, because you barely want to talk to me.
Right.
Number two, what if something you come up missing? At least I knew your last whereabouts. They don't understand that connection, that we're not being parents trying to be nosy. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that it took 9 days for somebody,
9 days.
a non-relative, to check up on your
My
child,
relative.
your parents.
What's that say about humanity? And all
And
the things that people are just so worried about that don't even mean nothing.
don't mean anything.
This man and his wife died, and it took 9 days for somebody to come looking for him. And that was only because they just to think her body was mummified.
And his too.
They didn't say that about him. I don't know what like if there was because it's hot there.
Yeah,
It's hot.
yeah.
From the looks of it, it's no foul play.
No foul play,
But I'm
no
gonna
carbon
say this.
monoxide.
They definitely were soulmates
Yes, Lord.
because the Lord called them home on the
Yeah,
at the same almost the same moment.
yeah, yes.
You know, that's the I mean, you when you look at that, it's like,
Mm-hmm,
damn,
mm-hmm,
they
mm-hmm.
have been together for some years
A long
too.
time. She was his caregiver. He's 95 years old, so I know she's holding his hand and walking him
Yeah,
place.
because he walked with a cane.
She was cooking
He
for him, make
walked.
sure he eat. And
And just the fact that just it was so real that she panicked.
yes,
You know, that's not a movement on somebody that's sick of somebody.
Right.
She loved her husband.
Yes,
You
she
know,
did.
that just kind of bring tears to my eyes,
Yes, I
honestly.
know. Oh,
She loved her husband, and I don't even know them, but just hearing the
right.
story, that's
Mm-hmm.
the point of it, is really touching that your goal is to set out to be with someone, but you got to align in
Yes, you have to align.
spirit. You
Yep.
have to align in spirit. If you don't align in spirit, women these days, they force alignment.
Yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
cannot force
No.
nothing to work. That's in
Mm-hmm.
friendship, that's
Yep.
in business, and that's in
Is.
relationship.
Yes, it is.
You
Yeah.
can't force the alignment. And what I can say from how they're describing the story, like I said, my eyes tear up for him
Mm-hmm.
because for them, she panicked. She run to go get his medicine.
Yeah, I know.
They knew the heart reading the days prior.
Yeah.
That's what made her run to go get the medicine.
Mm-hmm. He probably wasn't feeling good a couple times because you kind of know you're not feeling more fatigue from what I'm hearing. Days you don't pay it any attention. Your breathing kind of changed before you go into a heart attack. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
now we have to pay more attention to our bodies. You know what I'm saying? Being more in tune and in sound with yourself, with your health. Health is
definitely,
wealth. So you got to take care of yourself. But
definitely.
he lived a long, long. That man was phenomenal. Great actor. You know what I'm saying? I remember
Mhm,
him being was Superman on Superman. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
So,
mhm.
man, he did his thing throughout his years.
Yeah, he
Say,
did.
I don't
He
know,
did.
have they mentioned anything about their children or
I don't
you?
know. I don't know of them even having children. Like the children ain't even came and said nothing. Nobody has said nothing. This is, a whole Hollywood, right?
Right.
Said
Mm,
Hackman was married to his first wife, Faye, um, from 1956 to 1986. The couple welcomed three children. Hmm. Son Christopher and daughters Elizabeth and Leslie. 5 years after his split, which his first wife died in 2017,
mhm,
Hackman and Akarwa, is that her name? I guess that's
mhm.
the second wife. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but
Right.
Mr. Ashman and Cashmere grew more reclusive. Said they got closer in 2019 from excuse me, because of COVID-19.
Mm,
He was in fear of his health then.
okay.
Before 2020, Mr. Ashman would see Mr. Hackman frequently when their excuse me, private Pilates sessions were scheduled back to back. So he was a workout man. How
Oh yeah.
many kids did he have? He just has three adult children. So he didn't
Mhm.
have any kids with his ex-wife who passed in 2017.
Okay, the second wife. So all
No, no,
his
no.
kids was by the first
Excuse
wife.
me, his first wife. Sorry, his first wife passed in 2017, but it doesn't say that he has any kids. He has three kids with his first wife.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay, he had 3 kids with his first wife, and his
Hmm.
first wife died in 2017.
Yes.
So them the ones he had the kids with. He don't have it with this next wife, this Asian
No.
wife. Okay, Korean
No.
or whatever
No.
nationality she's from. Okay.
And they're saying that he was worth 80 million. He was
Mm.
worth 80 million, so I'm pretty sure he left it to his children. I would hope so.
Yeah, I would hope so too. It
Yeah.
was had to go through in a probate estate court and all that type of stuff. That take years.
He
Yeah.
retired from acting in 19 I mean, excuse me, he retired in 2004 when he was 74.
Okay.
So he been retired now. He hasn't been in a movie since then.
Then.
Yeah,
Okay.
20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So he was taking care of himself.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he was, and then he had to help with her. She's
Santa Fe, New Mexico.
30 years younger. So hey,
And oh, his wife's name was Betsy.
Betsy.
Uh-huh. Arakawa. I mean, if I'm saying it right, right. He was Asian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Arakawa. Yeah.
Wow. Well, we
So
can
I
say
mean,
rest in peace to them, and I hope everything goes well with his children, or they end up. I guess they're probably more private. You know what I mean? So you probably wouldn't even hear anything in the tabloids or in the
yeah, and they're not actors.
out
The
there.
dad was the famous guy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Daddy was the one who all of the hoopla was about surrounding
Mhm,
them, because I don't know
mhm.
of them ever being in the industry,
No, not
right?
at all.
And
Mm-mm.
we know him from just seeing him growing up and all the movies and stuff. And his
Right.
big thing was Superman, which they said he was paid $2 million for that role, for that
And
project.
that was back then, back
Mhm.
in the day.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
74, he quit and he lived good life till he was 95, excuse me, years old.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yes. So thank
Many prayers and grace and love, and thank you, Mr. Gene Hackman, for all that you've done.
yes. Thank you guys for
Thanks for
tuning in.
tuning in.